Folks, Lester here, and we are just getting to the JL Ranch property, and as you can see, I am pulling a trailer, and inside this trailer would be three very large, one really mean ostrich. I did bring the big birds over, and today we will be dropping them off inside of our most secure pasture, which is our bullpen. Thank you guys for joining me on today's live. It's a blessing to have you. What I'm going to do, and I should probably wait a couple of minutes before I say it, but you guys who are watching now can go ahead and help me relay this message. I am going to take the ostriches inside the bullpen. I'm going to make the bulls come out of the barn. I'm going to back the trailer up to the barn and unload the big birds inside. I want the big birds to spend a couple of days inside the barn so as they can kind of get familiar with the area, with the sights, the smells, the sounds, because what I would hate to have happen is I just let them run free in the 10-acre pasture, but something spooks them. They end up somehow jumping over or climbing over the fence, and then off they go. I am not concerned with the fence height. We know that the birds do not jump, they do not climb. So we've never had an issue with that, even though we do have 5-foot fences over at the Longhorn Lester property. These over here are only 4.5. But I do think that we're fine. We've never had an issue with our birds jumping, and I don't think they're going to start today. So what I'm going to do, though, is go over here and drive my trailer and truck all the way inside. And guys, I'm not answering questions right now. I'm not even reading the comments. So this is not a horse video. This is simply moving ostriches. And it's a pleasure to have you, and I thank you for jumping on. It's always funner and gooder when you have friends you can do stuff with. First thing I have to do is move that tractor out of the way and get a couple of things situated here. So you guys give me a minute, please. If you want to walk by and say hi to our babies, I don't mind showing them off a little bit. Hey, Tina. Everyone say hi to Tina. Tina, settle down. Tina, you're freaking me out. Debbie, where are you? Debbie? Sweetie, are you okay? Carl, how's it going back there? So the only one who seems to be freaking out is Tina. Tina, what are you doing, baby? You're really... Tina? All right, well, let's get her out of this trailer. It's not too hot. It is 90 degrees, but we drove with their windows down, and we're here. And I'm going to say something, and you mark my words. I will never move them again. This will be their forever home, okay? They're never leaving again. That right there, friends, was a job. That was tough. And it's very dangerous, and it put a real beating on me. I took a real beating today. Tina really is the only one freaking out. I don't know why. Carl and Debbie are very chill. And you can see Tina in the window, and she's just going bananas. It might be that she's kind of got her second wind about her. That could very well be. She was the first one loaded. And then the order of how we had to do this was Tina went first because she was the easiest. And then Debbie wasn't hard, but Debbie wanted to run right alongside Carl. Carl got spooked, and then Debbie thought she'll just hang out with Carl and run laps with Carl. And so that was the hard part about her. And then finally, we got a chance to get Carl. Oh, Tell you what, it was not easy. So I do not have a tripod with me, and I don't think that I'll need one. I need to go ahead and just get rid of these steps. I don't use them for anything. If anybody lives in our area and you want a decent set of steps, they're nothing fancy, just let me know. You can come get them. I don't know what you'd use them for, but I was going to use them. Oh boy. I was going to use them, and I ended up not. Don't come over here. I would have rather the cows had been down by the road. That would have made my life a lot easier here. But we're going to go ahead and pull through. Hopefully no one's going to come a-running. And here comes Waylon. He's going to come a-running. I'm just going to bump this gate. I'm just bumping the gate open. I'm going to open it towards them and then pull the trailer right through. You guys bear with me for a minute here. And then I'll get out and close that gate back. As soon as I clear it, I think I'm clear there. Ah! Do I still have you? Are y'all still with me? So like I was saying, I could stop and let the birds out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to let them free to run right now. I want them to go inside of the barn here and get familiar with our sights and sounds and smells and all the things before we just let them go. They also will have plenty of water. Tina, settle down. Why is Tina acting like that? I hope I can close that other gate over there. Guys, you understand that whenever a creator goes live, it's not about the quality of the video, okay? You have to remember that. It's not about the quality of the video. It's about trying to get a job done, and he or she brings you along to show you the first person perspective of what it takes to get certain jobs done. All right, so first person perspective. Get out of here, bud. Go. Poor Tex. Okay, so now all of this is closed, and I'll back up to that gate right there. Let me go ahead and take this down. We're not using this anymore right now anyways. I will need 2 hands for that job. Give me a moment, guys. Okay, you guys still with me? We're gonna back up and let our birds go inside the barn here. And then that will give them a couple of days to kind of get acclimated to the sights, sounds of the ranch property. They can kind of smell the bulls, and the bulls can smell them through the fence. All right, hold on, friends. Don't go inside there, Waylon. Waylon, don't go inside there. Waylon, don't go in there with them. Oh my God. Move, Tex. Waylon went inside the gosh darn barn. Waylon went inside the barn where I want to put these birds. Oh, Waylon. There's always got to be one, y'all. There's always got to be one troublemaker in the group. And it looks like Waylon is ours. So as you can see, I'm backing up right to the gate. Tex is out of the way. Chucky's being great. Waylon is the only one who's not where I need. I'm using the mirror over here. Oh, I gotta have room to open these swing gates. I think I'm close enough right there. Guys, bear with me here. I might have to back up a little bit more. We don't want to risk the birds running out into the pasture. You guys ready to get out? Waylon? Okay, I want you out of here. I need you to get on out of here. Get. Get. Thank you. All right, we're gonna back up a little bit more and get my swing gates to open right here, okay? So I need to back up maybe 3 feet. Do not go back in there. We're here, guys, just settle down. We're here. I'm gonna back up 3, maybe 4 feet, and we'll be right where I wanna be. I think that may be it right there. That'll be close enough. Okay, if you guys are ready to watch the big birds, and then it'll be neat to see what Chuck and friends think. Carl, you're first, buddy. Carl, you'll be first to come on out. Okay, so does everyone understand why I'm releasing the birds into the barn? I'll answer that question first. The reason the birds are going to come inside the barn are for a couple of reasons. They'll be inside here, so they have shelter. They have fresh water. I'll refill those in a moment. They don't really eat hay, but they won't touch that feed buggy. But they'll be able to kind of be around where they can kind of see what's going on. They can kind of get used to the sights, the sounds, and all the things. Alrighty, so that's why we'll be releasing these birds here into this pasture. All right, guys, I'm gonna ask you to stand back. Come on, Carl. Carl. Carl, get out that door. Carl, jump out that door. All right, there goes Carl. Carl's legs are pretty scratched up. Who's next? Come on, Debbie. Whoa, ha. Such a hot ride. It's such a hot... Tina, don't do that, Tina. You're going to hurt your back. Debbie, get on out of here. Debbie, don't make me come around and put... Tina, settle down, Tina. Oh, it's so hot in this... Stop pecking at me. Debbie, go. Tina, put your head right. Tina, put your head right. Tina, put your head right. Debbie, go. Well, I declare, I don't know what you want of this lady, this southern lady. I want you to jump down and get in there with Carl. You too, Tina. Well, hi, Carl. I'm here. Okay. All right, y'all. Our birds are fine. So, if you think that they're bloodied and beat up, you ain't seen me yet. If you think that they're in bad shape, you have not seen the likes of me. Okay. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear how it's so sad to see them with their bloody legs and they're missing feathers. Heck yeah, they're missing feathers. Guys, look. What does that tell you? Look at the rips and the shredded, brand new. Look, you have no idea. Look at Waylon. Waylon, don't leave him alone, Waylon. Guys, you have no idea. Waylon, leave him alone. He's like, I don't know. They're in our barn, man. These guys are in our barn. This is where we live. That's our feed buggy. Don't mess with our feed buggy. Waylon, they ain't messing with your feed buggy. All right. So, yeah, guys, listen to me. If you think that those talons are a joke, you have no idea how serious jobs like this can be, okay? That's just one small example right there. You ought to see the hoodies that I wore. You ought to see and I wore a football helmet. I doubled my hoodies and wore a football helmet. I have on a pair of skinny jeans and a pair of loose-fitting jeans. Of course, I'm wearing boots. And I was gonna make sure that I wasn't gonna get a talon in the eye or in the man parts. Or my gut. You know, you don't want to get one in your gut either, I guess. So, okay, now if I can get these guys to move. Oh, Tex is not happy at all. He really was enjoying his barn. And now I've run them out of the barn. And they're like, that's our feed buggy. We need our feed buggy. Tex, I promise you, look at your gut. You can go a couple of days with no feed buggy. Guys, and that's all I'm looking at here. I'm looking for a couple of days. Move, Chuck. Don't you even think about it. I'm looking for a couple of days here. Just a couple of days. Don't you even come out this gate. I need a couple of days to let these big birds adjust. And then I will absolutely let them out into the pasture and let our bulls back, okay? I mean, what's today? Saturday? I bet you by Monday morning, on my Monday morning coffee club, how much you want to bet me? On Monday morning coffee club, I'll be letting I don't want to scratch my truck. And I don't want these bulls to come out. There we go. As soon as I can close it, I will. Okay, gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Okay. Chuck is not real sure what to think. Poor Chucky Poo. He's like, I really thought that barn belonged to us. And who let these dinosaurs out? Who brought the dinosaurs over? Look at Chuck. He's just like really checking them out. Oh, Chuck. He's like, what in the world? Okay. You guys are going to be fine. Okay. There's Chucky Poo checking them out. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'll bring my water hose over and I'll completely fill up the Blue Lagoon so the bulls will have water, okay? So do not worry about the bulls not having their water. They will. All right. Secondly, I will fill up the water troughs here for the big birds so that they will have water. And then I have feed. Oh no, Chuck's scared. Chuck is a little bit scared. Look at Chuck. Y'all just watch. Now, don't forget that Waylon and Tex have both seen the birds before. They actually lived in the same pasture for a while. Tex lived with Carl at the Plum Grove property for a bit. And then Carl moved with Tex to the Longhorn Lester pastures for a bit. And then now they're back. Reunited. Carl is reunited back with Tex. Waylon also spent time with Carl and the entire family, actually. And now this is Chuck's first chance to have a peek at him, and he's just not real sure what he thinks. He's never seen anything quite so big, except for when Jeff dressed up in that turkey costume for Halloween. And he thinks it might be Jeff in his turkey costume. I'm not real sure. Oh, by the way, if anyone is a follower of the Steinmetz family farm, would you guys let him know he's not made his football fantasy picks for this week? Neither has Dow Scone. I don't know if those guys are just tired, if they got stuff going on in their personal lives, if they're just not their thing. But I noticed, I think last night that Steinmetz and Dalscone, neither one have made their fantasy picks. I don't think the Eldridge fam made theirs. That's Crandall and Marcy. And listen, it's not my job. It's not the commissioner's job to go by and email and message everybody. I don't think Wes and Angie made their picks. I think that Cog Hill made theirs. I just went by. I'm the commissioner of the league, so I have access to see who has and who has not made their picks. It does not show me what their pick is, but it does tell me which people have not made their picks. And I don't think that those channels have made their picks yet for this upcoming. The games are all tomorrow. So if you guys are friends of any of those channels, you can just remind them, hey, Longhorn Lester said you didn't make your picks yet. If you want to play this week, you got to make your picks or you will be eliminated. That's how that game works. If they don't make their picks, they will be eliminated. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull my truck up a bit and then get out. Everything's fine here. I don't want you to worry. I will also let you know that I'm going to upload a video on the I'm a Survivor Sanctuary channel, and it will be horses. And I'll also premiere that. And it's 12 now, so I won't make it by noon, but I will do it by the 3 o'clock video. So by 3 o'clock, if you guys want to see some horses and some horse interactions and all the neat things the horses are doing, I will have that video uploaded today, built and uploaded by 3 o'clock. Would you guys like to come in for a minute? Would you like to come in just for a minute? I would love to have you in if you're interested. I'm gonna park my truck here in the shade. It's a warm one. It's only 89, but boy, I tell you what, working with big birds is not easy. And I did leave the girls here. I did not want my girls over there harassing me while I was trying to move big birds around. Okay, anybody want to come inside for a bit? I would love to get me something to drink and cool off a little bit. I'm here. I hear you, and I'm here. Okay, come on. They're like, we got a TT, man. We got to go TT. Well, come on and TT then. Like, how long do you expect us to hold it? Not, guys, they ain't been holding it that long. Don't let them fool you. Do not let them fool you. They've not been holding it that long. Oh, I can sit right here and watch the birds. Give me a chance to put you into my tripod, please. Alrighty, there we go. Hey, hi to hello. There. Oh, I'm a mess. I am a mess. All right, the birds are here. Whew. Well, that was dumb. I used my sweaty shirt to clean my glasses, and it puts moisture all over them. Yes, Ritzy is not able to travel back and forth as easily. She's at the other property. She spends her entire day inside the house, pretty much. When I go over there, I let her out to TT. She comes right back in. Millie and Fiona stay inside as well. Oh, I did wear a football helmet. Guys, listen, I know you can't see, and I'm not going to show you me taking off my pants, but I doubled up on everything. I am doubled up. But even with me doubling up, do you know that Carl, I got video, Carl put a gash, he ripped into both of my sweaters. His talon went through both of my hoodies and ripped down the entire under the arm. I don't think it got me at all. But I got some great video and pictures. But here's what I said this morning, and I'm going to have to stick to this. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to show this video. And here's why. Because I do believe that most people that have to load or, you know, ostriches, they do it in a very civilized manner. They probably have loading chutes and they do it the right way. And over at Longhorn Lester's, I don't have those facilities. So all I had was the birds inside a corral. So what I had to do was literally put out feed, and when one of the birds would come up to eat, I would grab it by the neck, I would put the pillowcase over its head, climb myself over the fence, and then at that point I would pull the bird into the trailer. I'm not even going to say mature audiences, because no matter if you say mature audiences, there's going to be reported as animal abuse. And it doesn't matter if you're a member. There's people that pay a couple of dollars who can't stand my ass, trust me, and they do it just for that. Guys, for those who are saying there's audio issues, I don't see anyone else complaining. It might be the only person saying there's audio. Okay. Okay. Well, if you have audio issues, X out and then come back. If you cannot hear me, X out and come back. Because most people are saying the audio is fine. So if you're one of the few who keep saying there's audio issues, X out and come back in. Can you all do me a favor and just say that real fast? Tell everybody to X out and come back in. And they might even restart their device. And so what I was saying is, I will not risk taking that video and showing it, because I will also admit that it's not the ideal way that I would ever want to load an animal or unload an animal. Here's what I will give you my word. I did not abuse anybody. I did not choke anybody out. I did not strangle anybody. I did not do anything abusive, but it's going to look that way from anyone who does not understand. And so here's, I'll explain to you exactly what I did. I have a pillowcase, and the birds are friendly enough to come up to the fence and eat. You've all seen the birds come up and eat. And so I can stand there, and the females are very easy. They don't mind. You can actually put your hands on them. And so what I did was, I took and I grabbed Tina. I grabbed Tina first, and I put the pillowcase over her head. And at that point, she's like, huh? Who turned the lights out? Tina doesn't know. She just doesn't get it. What's happening? And so then I simply pull. I just take their neck and I pull. I already had the trailer doors opened. I simply pull. And Tina follows. She follows her head. She, huh? Huh? Where are we? Where are we going? And then I got her inside of the trailer to the very front compartment. Then I closed the swing gate, because it's divided into three sections. I closed the swing gate, and then I pulled the pillowcase off her head. At that point, she was a little bit embarrassed that she allowed herself to be tricked inside the white van, okay? And so then I walked back over, and Debbie and Carl still had no idea. They never stopped eating. They're sitting there pecking away. And then I grabbed Debbie, same way. And I did, hey, what, Carl, what kind of a game are we playing, Carl? She had no idea it was me. She had no idea it was me. She thought Carl was going to blindfold her for some fun. So I had to blindfold her. Some people get those kind of things. That's just, I don't know. But I just took her after she was blindfolded or pillowcased, and I simply pulled her. And she's like, oh, where are you taking me, Carl? Where are we going? What are we going to do, Carl? You being naughty. I put her into the trailer, to the middle section, closed the swing gate, pulled off the pillowcase. Now, that part was easy. I will say that part was very, very easy. The hardest part, though, was Carl. Because at that point, Carl had already seen both of the ladies being loaded. The trailer, the back doors are wide open. And you would like to think that Carl would see both the ladies inside and say, oh, I'm going with you. And he would just jump in. But it's not quite that easy. I had to go ahead and and I had the trailer parked. I moved the side-by-side in for safety and security. And I tried to run Carl between the trailer, the fence, and the side-by-side. So he's kind of like boxed in from three sides. And Carl got to the very corner where he jumped into the gate, and literally the gate come off the hinge, but it would not open enough for Carl to get out. And so I ran real fast, football helmet, double hoodies, pillowcase in my pocket, double jeans, and boots. And I ran up and I grabbed Carl around the neck, put the pillowcase over, and then I had to turn him around. And now he was quite a bit harder. Carl began to jump. He could not kick because I had his neck. So he would jump and do this. And in all of that, at one point, he grabbed the back of my hoodie and just shredded. The entire back side of the hoodie is shredded. And then he also jumped up and grabbed the hoodie itself. He grabbed the hoodie, he grabbed his pillowcase and shredded it as well. So guys, it's very serious. There's no joke. But what I'm saying is, I don't mind explaining to you all how it went and what we had to do, but I would get myself in trouble, possibly even risking losing my page if I was to show that. But I moved Carl to the back of the trailer, the very back section, pulled him inside, closed the doors, and then opened up all of the windows so that they could breathe as we're driving. Don't forget, they still have the closed aluminum, whatever you call those, over the windows, all right? And so bottom line is, all three of our big birds are here. They're in the barn. They're standing there catching their breath, where they have water, they have shelter. Inside the truck, I brought their feed, and I will go over a little bit later after they kind of calm down, and I'll drop them some feed, fill up their waters, and I'm going to leave them inside the barn, which is the ballroom, for a couple of days. What I want them to do is get familiar with the sights and the sounds of the tractors, of the trucks, of the horses, of the cows, of Chucky especially. And after a couple of days, I will, once they're calmed down, they're eating, they're okay, then I'll, by all means, I'm going to just go ahead and shoot for Monday morning. Monday morning, I'll come out when we do our coffee club in the morning, and I will open the gate and let them go into the 10-acre pasture. By then, they will have realized they have water, they have food, they're not in harm's way, and they will have no reason to run. Not run like try to escape. They're going to be good. And like I said, I do believe that our bullpen pasture is our most secured pasture, and I do not suspect we'll have any issues with them whatsoever. If you're concerned that the bulls will not have their feed buggy for 2 days, guys, they're going to be fine. I promise you, they're going to be fine. There is a pasture full of delicious green grass that they are able to eat. Most ranchers and farmers do not go out there and grain feed their buggies as much, or their cows as much as what we do. Okay, not when there's good grass around. They will be off the roll of hay for a couple of days as well, but I promise you they're going to be fine. They do have water, and I will go out there and refill the Blue Lagoon, okay? So, okay, well, that's what's going on with me today. I'm glad to get that part out of the way. I am going to be heading over to Plum Grove in a bit to grab Lex, and then be bringing Lex back here with me. I'll leave the girls here, and then not to worry, while I was home, I got the chickens taken care of. Everyone's good. I will be going back by the house before we come over here to do a few other jobs. I'm going to post a video for 3 o'clock on the I'm a Survivor channel. It's with the horses. All right, and I think that will be good. And then you never know, I might just go live again tonight if you guys are up for it. Okay? I am going to say I'm disappointed that I've not heard from Jamie or Steph. Joyce, if you could let them know that I have not got a picture, I've not gotten the text, I have no idea how anything's going. I'm let down by that. I'm let down that they are over here having a blast, I'm sure of it, and they've not taken or not sent the first picture or the first text, and I have no idea what's happening over there. So if anyone is at that Petals from the Past, and you do happen to see Jamie or Steph, just let them know that it'd be kind of nice if they would check in, just to check in. A picture speaks 1,000 words. And Linda goes, I'm sure they're busy. Linda, I know they're busy. I bet you they are busy. But it wouldn't take but just a minute to take a step back, grab a picture, grab a selfie, and text it to your partner, because I've texted her 100 times and I'm getting nothing in reply. So I'm sure they're fine. It would just be kind of nice to know what's going on. Alrighty, everybody, I know they're busy. Okay, don't go defending Jamie. Don't go, guys. Oh, lordy, lordy. I'm sure they're busy. Thank y'all for watching. We love you so much. Blessed to have you. And we will catch you guys on a little bit later video, huh? All right. Night, guys. No, bye. Bye. Not good night. Not bye. Chef kisses. Mwah! We can do that any time of day.